If you want to know how I did this look, then keep on watching.
I'm starting off with priming my face, and this is the one from Rimmel London, and it's called Fix and Perfect, and I'm just rubbing it all over my face. After that, I take this primer from Makeup Forever, and it's the one in the green color, and this just helps correct any redness that I have around my face. After I prime my face, I usually do my eyebrows because your eyebrows frame your face. I'm just using the brow pot from Anastasia Beverly Hills in the color dark brown and just filling any sparse areas that I may have on my brows and using a spoolie to blend everything together. We need to get them brows defined, and so right now I'm just using this small concealer brush and this concealer from Tarte Maracuja in the shade Light Medium, and I am just outlining the edges of the brows, making sure that they look defined and sharp. Homegirl, you better make sure everything is nice and blended and seamless. After that, take an eyelid primer and make sure that you apply this on your lid just to prevent any eyeshadow from creasing, and it'll help it last all night long. After that, I apply a thin layer of foundation to kind of just even out the skin tone on my eyelids, making sure everything is nice and neutral before we apply our eyeshadow base color, which is the one that I pointed out from the palette. And using a flat tapered brush, I just pack it on my lids and make sure I transfer as much pigment as I can on my eyelids. After this, I take a blending brush and this color from the palette, and I'm going to use this one as my transition color, making sure that I apply this one in a windshield wiper motion until everything is nice and seamless. After that, I take this off-white color, making sure that I highlight my brow bone area with it. Taking a darker shade of brown, I am applying that eyeshadow color using a clean blending brush on my crease. That way I just add more definition and depth onto the eye look. I decided to take a warmer shade of brown and transfer that onto my crease just to add more character and just a different shade of brown into the look. We are almost done with the eyes, but for now let's move on to the rest of our face. So right now I am applying my foundation, and this is from the Naked Collection by Urban Decay in the shade 7.5, and I'm just using my beauty blender to blend everything out, making sure I don't leave my neck or my shoulder area because right now I'm wearing an off-shoulder top. Time to lose 10 pounds! So this is my favorite part of the makeup tutorial, is contouring, and right now I'm just taking that color Cinnamon from my Anastasia Beverly Hills contour palette, and I'm just using this brush to apply that product on my cheekbone, my jawline area, and my temples, making sure that I just give it definition and kind of just, you know, slim it a little bit. And before we blend everything together, I'm actually applying my concealer, and again, this is from Tarte Maracuja. I hope I'm not butchering the name. And this is from their concealer line in the shade Light Medium, and I'm just applying that on my under eye area, my chin, my cupid's bow, the bridge of my nose, and on my forehead to give it a nice highlight and conceal any darkness under my eyes. After concealer, I apply my next favorite product, which is the cream highlighter, and this is the one from Becca Cosmetics in the shade Opal, and I love just putting this as a base before I put my powder highlighter. Make sure you blend everything together. Because your homegirl loves highlighters, I am applying a different kind this time around from Sephora, and I believe this is in the color Rose Gold. After all that highlighter goodness that just happened, I am taking my Low Pro palette and just taking those two lighter powder shades that is within the palette and just taking that with a flat tapered brush, packing that underneath my eyes and making sure that I bake it and just leave it to set while I do the rest of my face. Taking that light contour color from my Low Pro palette, I am applying that with a dense angled flat brush on my temples, my jawline, and my cheekbone, making sure that everything is nice and blended and there is no harsh line showing. Blush time! And so I'm just using this brush to apply those two colors together on my cheek area, making sure that I just focus that on the sides of my cheeks instead of the apples of my cheek. And going back to our eyes, I am taking that warmer shade of brown that we put on our crease earlier, using a smaller blending brush to transfer that color on the outer corners of our eyes, just giving it definition and making everything look balanced. And I did my eyeliner off cam, but if you guys want to see a tutorial on how I did my cat eye, just please comment down below and let me know if you'd like to see that video. More highlighter! And so right now I'm just applying my powdered highlighter, and this is that collaboration between Jaclyn Hill and Becca Cosmetics, and this is in the color Champagne Pop because it's poppin'. I went and go back to contour my nose, and I'm just using a taupe shade of brown color just to give it definition and make my Filipino button nose look more slender. And don't forget to show your lower lashes some love. Lippy time! This is actually one of my favorite parts of doing my makeup, is doing my lips, and right now I'm just using the lip liner from NYX Cosmetics in the color Coffee, and this is one of my favorites, one of my favorite neutral shades, and I just tend to outline more on the top and the bottom part of my lip and not so on the sides. After lining my lips, I apply one of my favorite nude shade lipsticks, and this is in the color Baradol from Wet n Wild, and I just apply gloss on top of it just to make it look fuller and plumper. And this is the finished look. I hope you guys love it. Comment, subscribe if you haven't, and I hope you have a blessed and full day. Stay beautiful. Mwah.